Well, there could never be another Horace Grant. But I think the kid out of Oklahoma City, Ibaka, might be the closest thing. But I think Ibaka.
I have no idea. Man. I have no idea. I'm sorry. I don't know. Go ahead.
Who we compare with? We don't compare ourselves to any players. You know, we're guys that have moved past the game now. I don't see any player out there that I compare myself to. I think what we want to do is really try to focus on the game that we're coming here to play, and to be able to play in front of some of our fans here and show them what NBA basketball is about, and just sort of spread the wealth of what we've been able to learn from the game.
I think Scottie closed it out with that one, that they don't compare themselves too much. So let's open up the floor again, please. If you want to ask a question, please just raise your hand for any of the PBA or NBA stars.
Are you all going to the basketball game tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah.
You should have some questions for us. Do you think you can? No.
Good afternoon. I'm Alvarado from Philstar.com and NACD. I would like to address this to Coach Oscar and Scottie Pippen. With regards to the Olympics, how do you like the chances of Team USA, and can you comment on what Kobe said that their team in 2012 could beat the USA Dream Team in 1992?
I didn't hear the first part of your question, but I answered the second part. That's Kobe's opinion, and he has the right to voice his opinion for his teammates and to build confidence. But I think that's something that we will never know the answer to, which is the best team. But if they bring home the gold, then we can start to debate it.
Exactly right, because I was going to say that, Scottie, because they haven't won a game yet. So that's where it lies right now, and it remains to be seen. It's going to be difficult because the rules are different, the referee is different, and things are also different over there. And you think you have such a great basketball team. Even the last Olympics, USA won, but it was not a walk in the park. It was a struggle to beat the Spanish. Still here. But I like for not only the legends here, you've already met some legends out here in the stands, legends to be. I'd like for them to stand here on the basketball team as well. Would you please stand for us? Thank you. Now you really should have some questions about something. Yes. Did you raise your hand?
Yeah. I'm not a president, but how is it when you arrive here? So how do you feel that you're playing in this country where basketball is one of the popular sports? So this goes for everybody.
Well, we feel great. We feel excited to be here. We know we have a lot of fans here, and we're looking forward to really putting on a great show tomorrow night. And hopefully that as everyone enjoyed, that we'll be welcome back to come and display our game again. But we know that there are a lot of great basketball fans here, very knowledgeable fans, and we just thankful for the opportunity to be able to come here and play in front of you guys.
Hi, over here. This question's for Scottie, right here. The closest thing we have to anything in the NBA is Coach Eric Spoelstra, and we're all happy that he won a title with the Miami Heat. Given that you guys won with Phil, you won 6 titles. What have you seen about Coach Eric Spoelstra in the last 2 years, his struggle last year, his win this year, and what would it take for him to lead the Heat into a dynasty, a potential dynasty with the team they have, like what Coach Phil was able to do for your Bulls?
Well, he's been very successful. He's a young coach. He has some very talented players. A lot like Phil probably has the best talent in the game right now. I would just say to keep LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh healthy, and you have a dynasty there in the making. But as we all know, other teams get better in the league too. So it's not really always about you. It's about the other teams around the league. But I feel like they have a great nucleus there that they will have a long run of championships if they stay healthy.
Hi. Yeah, I'm Renz from TV5. Besides the Philippines, what countries have you guys been into? Have you guys gone to? Sorry. Yeah.
What other countries? Malaysia. But I guess this is my first trip here.
Scottie Pippen.
Was there a question for me? Y'all want me to sing?
Question. Can I ask a question? For the PBA Legends who are very, we have waited a long time to see you in the court versus the NBA greats. So what preparations have you done in getting ready for your match tomorrow?
Well, actually, we just practiced here 2 days ago. Some scrimmage, but I don't know the others. Well, we're on our own when it comes to condition. But we're here for the wonderful experience, and we'll always treasure this.
What about the NBA team? Don't be too hard on our PBA Legends. Have you been practicing? Because I think this is part of the tour, right? And after the Philippines, where are you off to?
Well, we've been working for about a month. 2 days, just going really hard. We went to the track, ran in the hills, and we ready to go, I'm telling you. So we're prepared. So we need a lot of ice tomorrow.
So, yeah, I guess we can bet on who's gonna win.
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Rodman, it's your second time here in the Philippines, so how do you find the Philippines? So how do you find the Philippines now?
The same when I left it. So, you guys still look the same, so what the hell? I'm sorry. But anyway, no, it's a pleasure to always come back here. I think a lot of you guys know that my so-called father lived here, so I'm surprised he didn't show his face here. But like I said, it's always great to come to a great venue, a great city, great atmosphere, that people actually love the game of basketball. And you got some great players up here, and you got some great legends here in the Philippines, even though they're fat, out of shape. That's cool. So it's okay, guys. We are too. But we're here to have a good time, and thank Charles Smith here for even inviting us. president of the association, and a lot of guys in Malaysia, and we'll leave here and go to Taiwan. But like I said, it's going to be a great show tomorrow. As Richmond said, you know, we're in shape, and we're not over the hill yet. That's the reason why we're here, to give you guys a good show.
Since you mentioned him already, your father, have you forgiven him, or are you...
It's okay, it's okay. I don't hate the guy that brought me into this world. I don't hate him. It's just the fact that I've been seeing him in 40-something years. And the fact that if I saw him, I just tell him, you know what, you're a friend of mine, And like I said, I don't hate anybody in the world. And like I said, he's here, he got kids here, he's doing very well here, hopefully. And hopefully that if he wants to come to the game, shake my hand, and hope that everything will be cool.
So are there efforts from the both of you to contact him?
No, it's okay, man. It's going to be cool. Don't worry about it. It's going to be cool. Like I said, we're here to perform and give you guys a good show. And hope you guys enjoy it. And so let's move on.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Good afternoon. This question is addressed to Mr. Oscar Robertson. Mr. Oscar Robertson, this is for you. Mr. Robertson, I understand that you played a Philippine team in the world basketball. How do you rate the Filipinos as basketball players? Do you rate them as number one in South Asia, or do you rate the Filipinos as what they compared in Asian continent?
I didn't understand your question. But anyway, my university years ago, many years ago, came here and played in the Philippines. This has been a few years ago, but Philippine basketball is coming alive. This is why you got in arenas like this. You have players like this here. You have competition, and it's what it's all about. I think anytime you can get culture exchange programs like what we have here, let people see you, work with your young people to get them ready to compete on the high level, you're going to have great basketball, which is why you have this, as I said before, these arenas like this. And for you to come out tomorrow night and be one of the 14 to 15,000 people, see a wonderful legend game, basketball game.
Are you confident enough that your team can beat the Filipinos more than... I'm going
to play your game one-on-one. Me and you. We'll go from there.
All right. From Mr. Kenito Henson.
Mr. Robertson, you played for the U.S. That captured the gold medal in the 1960 Olympics. Can you tell us about that experience and that Olympic experience, and then maybe if you can also relate to how some of these players now are playing in the Olympics, and how important it is to represent your country?
It's a totally different world now. Hell, when I played, I guess you came out of school, you were an amateur, so it's totally different now. What happens today, it's a USA basketball, it's a huge international event. I really think the USA basketball got pros because they didn't want to lose. Nobody wants to lose. And I think for the USA to be the birthplace of basketball, to get beat in international competition, which they were beaten before, is very embarrassing. But the time I played was totally different. We were just out of college. So it was just, everyone loved the flag, everyone loved the country, whatnot, which is what I did. But, here again, when you play basketball for 14 years, 10 years, 8, 9 years, and you get on the Olympic team, there's different emotional feelings and whatnot. So I don't think it's the same as all. I don't think you'll ever be able to capture if you're just out of school to be able to be chosen to play for your country versus what's going on today. But still, the guys are patriotic and they want to do it, but it's just a different life. When you're 20 years old versus 29, 30, etc., it's a different way of life, different way of thinking.
Mr. Robertson, you never coached NBA basketball. Any special reason why that didn't happen? And what is your feeling now coaching?
No, I didn't coach because they didn't let blacks coach when I was coming along. So that's what you want to know that? So that's the reason.
Hi, I have a question for Mr. Mitch Richmond. Sir, here.
Okay.
Yeah. Now that the trigger man, Alan Kenneth is not playing, who will be the greatest rim defender of all time? Who will he focus his attention on?
What was the name you said first?
Alan Kenneth.
Oh, the guy who had 50 here last time we played here, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a pretty good scorer. I don't know if we're going to have to focus on any of those guys over there. I mean, I know most of them over there. We partied after the game. No, we're just going to come and have a good time. You know, we're looking for, I'm definitely looking forward, and I'm glad to be back here. And I had a great time the first time. And I know, you know, they treated us well since we landed, and we're feeling good about the game. We're going to come out and play hard and play the best we possibly can and give you guys a show.
We have a question from...
Ladies and gentlemen, this will be our last two questions.
Question directed to Dennis. Over here. Where's the lake or Dennis, right here. I'm right here. Yeah. You were an emotional wreck during when you received the Hall of Fame award. Would you trade your 4 championships? Did you win 4 or 5? 5. Would you trade the 5 championships that you won, other than winning being elected in the Hall of Fame? Yeah, by the emotions that you were showing when you were receiving.
Oh, that. Well, I was an emotional wreck. Just the fact that, you know, I've done everything in life has to offer. You know, basketball wasn't my life. The fact was that, you know, I expressed this earlier, that my father's here. He has a few kids, you know. But I just wanted people to understand, you know, that I'm just more as a basketball player, you know. And like I said, I'm a bad dad because I'm never there. Like I said, I don't have no problem saying that. As far as financially, my kids are good. Emotions, they have a great mother and a great dad. So basically, that's why I was trying to show the fact that, you know, I've done everything in the world. Let my kids, they never seen me play, so I just want to let them know that all aspect of their dad, he's still here, and he's going to try to do the best job he can as long as he's here.
Okay. Question. Oh yes, we're going to have 2 questions here, but don't worry, there's a more intimate question and answer portion where you can approach the players right after these last 2 questions.
Right, to Oscar Robertson. So I'd like to ask you, having the distinction of the only NBA player to have averaged triple-double the entire season, the only NBA player to date who averages triple-double the entire NBA season. And do you think can any other NBA player can duplicate your feat?
Well, I'm sure there's a possibility that might happen. That's what records are for. But when I was doing this, I didn't even know it. They never kept us rebounds, assists. They kept points, of course, but no one ever said anything about assists or rebounds, because especially for guard, the big guys, they were always count their rebounds, and I thought everybody was playing the same way. I didn't think I was playing any different from anybody else at all. But I really think that maybe a couple of guys may get it, but you got to put the time on the court. I played a lot of minutes during those years. I don't think guys want to play 45 minutes a game anymore.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Cap Aguila from Interaction.com. Anyone can answer this. Number 1, do you think the Heat will repeat next year? And number 2, do you think it's good for the NBA, the kind of formula that the Heat did, wherein you have veteran players who take much less to be with, just to strengthen a team? Do you think, like for example, Scottie, you stayed with the Bulls, you stayed the course, you were with Michael, and then patiently waited for the team to build up and get all those championships. Do you think it's good for the NBA that you have lots of players, all-stars, who are, how should we say, flocking to certain teams to beef it up or to strengthen them, just like what Miami did?
I thought you said anybody could answer that question. Man, it was such a long question, I sort of forgot. But yeah, I mean, I think that's always been the makeup of the NBA. I think it was just very obvious what happened with the Miami Heat team. But if you look at any championship team, there's always 3 or more all-stars on those teams. But I think a lot was made of it because the way that those guys laid it out. And it worked out for them in the end because they won a championship this season. But that's the makeup of the game. If you want to win, you got to get with other winners.
Thank you so much. I'm being signaled that there's one more last question. So here we go.
Hi, for Mr. Scottie Pippen again. For a person who's competed in the Olympics, what advice can you give to the Filipino basketball players? Because it's been a long time since we've competed in basketball in the Olympics, but our passion is as great as anyone else. So what advice can you give us for the Filipino basketball players to be back in the Olympics someday?
Well, I think the grassroots of basketball has to get better. I think that's really where it starts at. The players have to be developed at an early age and build from there. I think that when you look at basketball all around the world, players are getting better, stronger physically, working harder at the game, putting in the time. And that's what it takes to be a great player and to be dedicated. And it can't just be one individual, especially when you talk about international play. It has to be a team game, and it has to be a lot of guys dedicated. And for you guys to ever do well in the Olympic Games, I think it has to start with a better grassroots program, really developing your players early.
Thank you so much. I'd like now to invite our media guests who want to interview the players to please approach their stations. Please be advised that we only have 10 minutes for more intimate interviews. Again, you can approach the players now for 10 minutes for more intimate interviews.
And no autographs.